Hey guys, Joe here at JP Details, and in today's video we're going to be sorting out the nasty looking brake calipers on the Focus RS. The state of the calipers, I must admit, is pretty shocking. They have blatantly never been treated or painted in all 10 years of being on the vehicle and the 70-odd thousand miles that the car has covered. If you did happen to watch the recent wheels off detail video on the Focus, then you should have seen that I have already given the brake calipers a half decent seeing to whilst they were still fitted to the car. Personally, I couldn't stand the look of those calipers in the state that they were in, and I physically couldn't help myself but to make some sort of quick initial improvement. At the start of the video I'm using a snap-on battery operated hand drill with thanks to the guys at the garage next door. I did go on to purchase my own McAllister battery operated hand drill in 3 different sized wire brush attachments. Shortly after the Focus received its gigantic detail, the car went to the guys next door to have various mods and upgrades fitted. These will be covered in a future video. One of those tasks were to upgrade the discs, pads, braided lines and fluid, so I did take advantage of the opportunity whilst the calipers were removed from the car so I could give them a much better seeing to. I spent the best part of 5 hours working in the garage next door with thanks to Rab Auto Services, and I spent the time required with my new drill in various wire brush attachments and removed as much of the surface rust that I was physically able to remove. I tightened up each caliper piece in the vise and set about restoring the previously rusty appearance. Every section, part and piece of the calipers were incredibly rusty, however I did manage to get them looking pretty decent and back to a clean metal finish before too long. I utilised all of the 3 different sized wire brush attachments, and with 5 hours of my time the calipers were starting to take shape. You do have to be incredibly careful around rubber grommets, seals or whatever they're called, obviously not to cause any damage or splits to the rubber.
Okay,
After the brushing back process had been finished to suit my own desired standard, the calipers were wiped down with IPA twice to make sure that they are ultimately clean. They were then brought back inside my own unit and I set about giving them a fresh coat of paint. I've opted for a satin black finish as I don't particularly want them to stand out against the car. I don't personally like the colour yellow, I think they look stupid in blue, there's no other red on the car, so black suits my Focus perfectly. I applied 2 layers of the Halford's high temp caliper paint over the course of 2 days and each coat was given 12 hours to dry naturally. Each coat of paint took roughly 2 hours to apply and by the time the calipers were finished they were starting to look fantastic. The only thing you need to bear in mind when painting the calipers is don't paint the areas where the brake pads are going to slot in. You want these areas to be nicely brushed back to allow free movement for the pads, however the paint could potentially cause some issues.
Don't care about anybody else but you. Hold back all the things I feel. If I hold back, maybe they're not real. What if I don't and just let you deal? Would you go? Let me know. So what if I just lose my mind? Make a scene and run around, show you what I feel inside all the time. Hey. What if I just lose my mind, scream until the air runs out? I don't really care 'cause I lose my mind. I can't keep hiding in the darkness. My feelings need a little sun. I hope you don't think that I'm heartless. I just can't be the one you want right now. Hold back all the things I feel. If I hold back, maybe they're not real. What if I don't and just let you deal? Would you go? Let me know. So what if I just lose my mind, make a scene and run around, show you what I feel inside all the time. Hey. What if I just lose my mind, scream until the air runs out? I don't really care 'cause I lose my mind. 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 Hold back all the things I feel. If I hold back, maybe they're not real. What if I don't and just let you deal? Would you go? Let me know.
guys at the garage next door fitted the calipers back to the car once they had fully dried, alongside the new rotors, pads, lines and fluid, plus a few other handling upgrades which will be covered in a future video. I didn't have time to ceramic coat the calipers before they were fitted back to the car, as I needed to free up the unit for the next big detail job. When I did find the time to ceramic coat the calipers a few weeks down the line, I gave them an initial clean, a secondary IPA wipe down, and I then applied one layer of G-Technic Crystal Serum Light, followed with a single layer of G-Technic C5 wheel armour. With good maintenance, I do imagine that the ceramic coatings will last for 3 years. The ceramic coatings will help to keep the calipers looking in great condition, they will remain easy to keep clean, and the coatings will generally offer some decent protection against corrosion damage, paint fading, and will fight against the effects of heavy contamination buildup. The spacers and hubs on the Focus are painted in a matte black colour, and to protect these areas from inevitably going horribly rusty, I've also prepared them with an IPA wipe down and ceramic coated each one with the same 2 layers. Again, this will help to protect them against all sorts of contamination, and most importantly to help keep them in brand new condition for far longer. This has been an area that has stood out like a sore thumb since I've owned the car, and I'm certainly happy now that this task has been accomplished. In the past, and let's take the Volkswagen Caddy for example, I have fully prepared the calipers and repainted and ceramic coated them whilst they remained fitted to the vehicle. You do not need to fully remove the calipers from the car to do a half decent job, but if you haven't got the gist about the Focus RS yet, then no expense is being spared. It was good timing with replacing the rotors, pads and lines in conjunction with them needing a full-on refurb, and looking back at the before footage, I haven't half made a decent improvement. The only thing left to do in regards to the brakes is to remove those hideously rusty rear housing plates to give them the same seeing to. I did ask the guys at the garage next door to remove these, but he forgot, and due to myself flapping around like a headless chicken trying to get these calipers done, I didn't realise until it was too late. These will be done at the next available opportunity. As always, thank you for watching, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and be sure to give the like button a tickle to show some easy support. Feel free to give me a follow on Facebook and Instagram, just search JP Details, and I'll hopefully catch you on the next one.